Good afternoon and welcome back. Happy Columbus Day. And here we have another video of the Dimas Wine Shop and Tasting Room. Tasting for the week. We've got a couple of cool things coming up too, so I'll talk about that at the end. And let's talk about this week's tasting. It's all about easy drinking wines. And as I was going through the list, I couldn't help but notice just how much Paso Robles is represented on here, which for those of you that have been to the shop, we sell a lot of Paso Robles wines, and with good reason. They're really easy, really approachable, and they typically don't require a lot of lay down time. So let's take it from the top if we shall. So from Cass, we love the Cass people. We've been offering or featuring this house for quite some time here, almost probably since the beginning. Heidi made a real good relationship with these people, and as a result, we've had nothing but good things to talk about Cass wine. But this is their Roussan. This is out of Paso Robles. This is 100% Roussan, 100% stainless steel. And for those of you that aren't necessarily familiar with the grape, its native home is the south of France, specifically more like the Rhone Valley. But a lot of these wines, grown here as well as grown in France, tend to have that real honeysuckle taste. So almost like that smell of beeswax or furniture polish. It certainly is prominent in this wine. And then there's this real nice chamomile quality to it as well, which I really like. So absolutely delicious, great job, great effort. This is their 2013 effort here. Then we go over to Puglia. Puglia is kind of, if you were to look at the heel, at the boot of Italy, and then just go to the very top of the heel, that's where Puglia sits. And this is on the east coast of Italy, and this is their Sangiovese. So what we've got here is 100% Sangiovese, all done in neutral French oak. And for those of you that like your wines a little bit thinner and a little bit more tart, this is a great option to go with. A lot of people like that style, and I personally am a big fan of it, and I think you'll really enjoy this. On the flip side, we've also got another Sangiovese, and I'm glad that we did these side by side because we've got a Sangiovese right out of Napa Valley, and I'm really liking, I hadn't heard of this house, Carradine, and I didn't know anything about them, and this is the first time I've tried any of their wines. We're carrying their Pinot Noir and their Sangiovese. And their Sangiovese, let me just explain, well, the house, I should probably explain that. Sorry, that phone is a little distracting to me, but the house, as I was reading up on this winery, I noticed that there's a lot of food and beverage here at this winery. They've got a deli, they've got a restaurant, they've got a mercantile. They've just got a lot going on. So it seems like a lot of the wineries are headed in this direction where they're offering not just bites, but they're offering full-blown meals at the winery, at the estate. And here's one of them right here. And they have a nice selection of wines. They have a Pinot Noir that we just brought in, and we'll be featuring the Sangiovese this week. The Sangiovese, this is their 2013 out of Napa Valley, fermented in steel, and then aged 50% in oak, of which a partial of it is new oak. But if you like kind of that caramel tobacco kind of spiciness to it, way different from the tartness of this cranberry, I think you'll, once again, going to really like this wine. Totally different, but interesting to see how New World Napa Valley makes it versus Old World Puglia or even Tuscany. Then we're going to head on over to Australia. Now, Australia, this is the D. Arenberg, which we've featured quite a few of their wines here. We're a big fan of the Hermit Crab we carried here, which is a Viognier Roussan blend, if memory serves me right. But this here is what they call the Footbolt, and it's a Shiraz. This comes from McLaren Vale, where definitely Shiraz is king. Footbolt, in the early 1900s, there was this racehorse. This family has got a racehorse heritage. Their pride and joy in their winning horse that really made them the money in order to purchase this winery. The name of that horse is called Footbolt. 1912, I think he was a big winner in 1912, and as a result, they've been carrying this football wine for quite some time, almost since the very beginning of the Arenberg. But this is 100% Shiraz and 18 months on oak, so it's got kind of that spiciness, that black cherry, peppery kind of finish. There's a little bit of an oxidative quality to it. I just tried it and I really, really like it. It's not off-putting whatsoever. Then we're going to go over back to Paso Robles for the next two wines. We're going to go over to the Force of Nature. Once again, we've carried a lot of their labels. This is a Rob Murray wine. Rob Murray does an amazing job with all of his wines. The packaging, everything is just drinks really high, and this is his Zinfandel effort. This here is his 2013, and comes out of Mossfire Ranch in Paso Robles. 12 months on oak, 20% new French oak, and then 80% American oak. But wow, this is what I have in my glass right now. Super high-end drinking Paso Robles Zinfandel. We're a huge fan of Zinfandels here at the shop. We sell a lot of them. I think we always have a good selection of good Zinfandels, and I think that this one certainly would rank in the top 2-3% of all Zinfandels we've ever carried here. So, outstanding wine, and I think you're going to really notice how complex and how high-end Zinfandel can drink. Then we're going to, and last but not least, we've got the Eberly, which here's another great Paso house and another great wine. This is their Cabernet Sauvignon. This is their 2013. Like I said, we've carried here a lot from Eberly. This is their vineyard selection, which just means that they've taken a lot of the best lots on their estate and bottled it. And what we've got here is 100% Cabernet Sauvignon, 100% French oak, 25% new. And in classic Eberly style, it's going to be really easy drinking and just a great wine to have, as part of your repertoire of wines that you drink on a weekly basis. So, as promised, a couple of housekeeping things to talk about. Kristen, we have got a beer tasting coming up November 1st. November 1st, we have got from noon to 4. And I don't know what I'm going to make for it yet, but I think Cooper said he wanted to do something a little bit different. So we may or may not do brats, but we'll certainly talk about it before we get there. So it's our annual Halloween beer tasting, which we've done quite a few. Cooper's got some great beers in store, I'm sure, as he always does. So, and then I should mention, we have our anniversary coming up. Wow. Kristen, remind me the date. That is October 24th or 25th?
27th.
27th, okay. So October 27th is the tasting, or the day that we're going to celebrate the anniversary, and we're going to have some foods, we're going to have some great wines. Ron and Melissa, of course, everybody's going to be present. But we're super excited for that. That would be 10 years that we've been in business, and I can't believe that I've been here for a good portion of those 10 years. So, we will see all of you for this great, easy drinking tasting this week. And I'll be here on Thursday, and then, of course, we've got the whole team here. So, cheers, everybody, and see you soon.